Hello everybody, welcome to my new series, my DIY planner. So I did have a Filofax probably 14 years ago, and I did really enjoy it, but I just found the inserts to be rather expensive. You can pay up to $40 sometimes for Filofax inserts, or maybe it was a day timer. Anyways, I can't remember. So then I just had a normal one like this that I would use as my planner, which worked well and it was great. But I decided, you know what, I would like something where I can do a bit more with now. I'm a mom, I have a family, I have a job, my schedules change every month, I work different shifts every day. I just need something that's a bit more than just a regular agenda planner. So I have decided to make my own. Now I did this last year. I actually bought this. It'll be 2 years in July since I've had this. And I didn't do much with it. I bought an agenda. I put the planner weeks in here. I made some tabs, all of that kind of stuff. But now I think I want to get a bit more into it. It worked well for me last year, but now I've decided that I want to do a bit more with it. So I've made this series to show you that if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a planner, you don't have to. You can make one yourself and it'll last you forever. Okay, so I'm going to start off with decorating the cover, because although this is nice and it's got this really nice design on the spine here, it's kind of plain and boring. This is a pocket, so if you want to put a picture in here or pretty paper, you could definitely do that. I have decided that I'm going to cover this in fabric. So I got the fabric from Walmart, and I believe this was $3 at the most. It was $2 and some change. I just can't remember what the change was. So it was $3 at the most. The planner I bought 2 years ago, this part, it's by Avery. They still have these, and I believe they're about $8, maybe $9. But I really think it's $8 and some change. Again, I'm not too sure. But so this was from Walmart and this was from Walmart. And then I bought some elastic string. This again was probably like $2. This also was from Walmart. So I've made it so that if you have a Walmart, you can probably find the stuff that I'm going to use to make this, to cover my planner. So let's just, I guess, get started. So I'm just going to move the planner out of the way for a second. I'm going to open up my fabric. Okay, so we'll put it on the wrong side like this. All right, now all I'm going to do is lay my planner. I don't want to use, if I don't have to use a ton of fabric, I really don't want to. So I'm just going to try to do this to conserve the fabric. Yeah, so I think that'll be plenty if I cut it across there. So I'm just holding it with my finger. I'm going to cut. I'm just going to I wonder if I can, perfect. Hopefully I've done that pretty straight. Put this over to the side for later. Now let's just make sure that I did a good job here and that that is going to fit. It is perfect. Okay, so the reason why I have the elastic is because the new Filofaxes now have an elastic that holds them closed. And that is one problem that I had with my Filofax. In my purse, stuff would fall into it and crinkle the pages. So I think if I have something to hold it together, it might stop that from happening a bit more. So that's why I got the elastic cording. So here we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just measure how much I would need to cover this. So, and the ends are going to go in this side, And I'm not really, I'm making it slack. I'm not pulling it tight so it's already stretched. I'm making it slack-ish, I guess you could say. So I'm going to, let's see, cut this where it joins. Sorry, my scissors aren't working very well here. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just gonna take the bit of white cord that I cut. I'm just gonna put it through this hole here. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to tie the two ends together in a knot. I'm gonna try to tie it close to the end. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some glue around here to lock it in. And I'm just gonna use some hot glue for this. For this little bit. Because it'll hopefully also seal the knot as well. So I'm just gonna, that will probably work actually just fine. I'm gonna just cut off the tails of the elastic. Not too close, but still, like just like that. So that looks good. It's still kind of drying, but that's okay. All right, so now let's get on to covering the planner. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that as close to the middle as I possibly can. So I really want to try to not move this from this position. And I'm going to put hot glue on the insides and pull this over tight. And hot glue, like hot glue around here. I'm not going to put glue on any of these sides because I want it to be open and closed like it should do. And I'm worried that if I put glue on the outside, it's going to make it too tight. This is just my worry. I don't know though. I think I'll just put the glue on the insides. Okay, so again, just use my hot glue. I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna start from in this corner here. And I'm doing this left-handed. I've got no clue why. Because I'm not left-handed, so let's change this to right-handed. Oh, I need another glue stick at the end. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted. There's a lot of hot glue. And I'm just gonna fold this over here. Just gonna push it down. Okay. Then I'm gonna continue on this side. Okay. I don't know if you can tell, there's a little crack in my vinyl here. I bought it like that, and I just lived with it. All right, so now I'm going to do the bottom. Okay. So I'm just pulling tight and folding over. Okay, now I'm going to do the other side here, and I believe I need to start down here, and then line the glue this way. Again, pull tight and push over. Okay. So far this is quite easy. I've never done anything like this before. This was just an idea that came into my head. Okay. Alrighty. So this is looking pretty good so far. Can't complain. Okay, so now let's do these two sides. Now, what I'm wondering is how I'm going to finish this off. I think I've done, oh, okay. I'm just gonna try to peel the fabric off the corners. Okay, I'm just gonna peel off this corner too. Okay, all right. And I'm not gonna do the glue all the way to the end. Okay. Now let's pull and push this one over the side, like this. Okay, and same with this side too. I'm gonna pull these away from the corners again. I didn't think about how I was gonna do the corners when I put the glue down, obviously. Okay, there, that one worked. It's funny how some edges just pull, there we go, right off and some don't. There we go. Okay. Okay. So again, push and pull over the sides. Oh yes, I quite like this. This is quite nice. Quite nice indeed. Okay, so I'll do the corners first. Okay, so I actually quite like the way that looks right there. Okay. So for this one, I'm going to use Fabric Fusion. Whoops, glue. Because it's meant to glue fabric to fabric. So, put a line of it here. And actually, you know what? We're going to dab some hot glue underneath as well. Okay. So, hot glue. That down there, and then glue this one this way. Okay, I'm gonna put some on the inside too to help glue those two sides together. And then I'm just going to do, oh, that's not what I meant to do. Take out the part a little. Wait, is it? Yeah, that, you know what? It looks alright, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Okay. And that one, I'm going to glue like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a bulldog clip. And I'm going to, sorry, I'm going to put it on to hold this all together. In fact, I might use a couple. There we go. Just so I know that it's gonna stick it all down together while I'm doing the other corners. Okay, so I put some, yes, I put some hot glue in here, didn't I? Okay, put that in there. Put that down there. I did that one over first. Okay. So put some of this on the inside. Put some of this on the inside of these two parts. There we go. And then I'm going to just trim this out to make it less bulky. And then I'm just going to put some along there. All right. And then I'm also going to put some in there to hold that part down. Okay, so there's that corner done. This seems like it's the fiddly bit, the corners. But you know what? I'm okay with it being fiddly. I kind of like doing fiddly things. Helps take my mind off of stuff. All right, put another one here to make sure it's all held down nicely. There we go. So again, glue on the inside, pull the middle down. Push this bit, glue there, glue on the inside, push upside down, and then glue in there, glue in there, and down. Okay. The more I do, the more I get better at this. So bulldog clips again. And there we go. And last corner. Okay. So glue on the inside again here. Push that part down. We're gonna put this one down here. And then mine here. This corner didn't turn out quite the same. Oh well, it's all right. I'm not gonna fret too much about the corners. Okay, so my corners are done. So you can see basically what it's going to look like from the outside. And that would hold it all together. I'm quite impressed with what I've done actually. Okay, so now on to the inserts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure. So I'll need one for here and then two for either side. I'm just trying to figure out how I should do this because I would like it to be big enough. Okay, so I think I'm going to start with this side first and see how it works. So, oh, look at that. It's not attached in the middle. It's attached down here. So I could, okay, this is good news for me. So let's make it 6 by 9. So let's make it 6 by 9. Now what I've done is this is the outside of a paper pad. A scrapbook paper pad. This is the Martha Stewart one. So I am going to use this to wrap the fabric around. So I'm going to cut this at 6 by 9. So we'll cut it at, oopsies, 9 first. There we go, that's 9. And then I'm going to cut it at 6. Perfect. There's my first insert. And then I'm just going to get the fabric again and just make sure I have enough to wrap around it. So cut it there. And we'll cut it there. Okay, so okay, just cut down to join that cut. And then what I'm going to do is to put a bit of this Fabric Fusion around the outside, just like this. Just like that. And then okay, and then I think for this part, because it's going to be the back, I'm going to use the hot glue. Just because I feel that the hot glue gives a better hold. I've never used the Fabric Fusion before, and it says that it's good for fabric to fabric. So I just don't know how it is on fabric to paper, but it's all right. Now, this is going to be tricky because I don't want a huge, you know, a bunch of fabric underneath it to bulk it up. So that's why I've made the, that's why I've cut the fabric so small in regards to the outside of it. Pull and push and just make it nice and smooth. Now I'll just do the other two sides. Okay. Just push these over. And same with the other side. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to do about the corners. So let's see. Should I just, you know what I think I might do? Is just cut them like this. That'll do for the corners. I'm not too concerned about the corners. You're not, you know, that's it. So yeah, so now let's bring the planner back in. So now I'm gonna have to trim the fabric all on this side. So I hope that this fabric glue has had enough time to kind of dry, to kind of just set to hold it in place. So that when I'm pulling on the fabric to trim it, I'm not actually going to pull any of my thing apart, any of the work that I've done apart. So I'm going to trim it like that, and trim this side the same way. Let's get down to there. Okay. There's that side. And that's good. I mean, yes, I'm gonna have to leave a little bit of fabric, but I'm okay with that. Don't blow eyes, please. Okay, I'm just gonna cut off any more that I can down here. Okay, so now bring back in your insert, and I'm just gonna see how I've done. Oh, look at that, perfect fit. So I'm just gonna put hot glue all on it, and I'm just going to press it in. This is the perfect size. I'm very pleased with this. Okay, so I'm going to do the glue as close to the edge as I possibly can. Glue now. I'm just going to, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that, please don't do that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put it on and press it down. Again, I'm just gonna do some bulldog clips just to make sure that it's holding on and secure. Okay, so there, so I'm gonna let that dry. Now I'm just gonna measure this side. It's gonna be the 9 high, and this is going to be by 7. Okay, so I actually need to cut this part at 7, which is going to cut right in the middle of there. I just didn't want there to be nothing for me to glue the edge along with. So this was 8 by 6 or 9 by 6. So that's not even gonna make do. So I'm gonna have to get another piece of a paper pad. Here's another part for me to use. So I said 6 by 7. So okay. No, I said 9 by 7, didn't I? So 9, which is there. You okay? What do you say? Okay. So there's my 9. Now I'm just gonna measure this again and make sure that it needs to be 7. Yes, that's exactly what I want. Okay, so 9 by 7. Okay, so that's all covered now. Looking good. So now I'm just gonna again bring this in, cut off all this excess and glue it down. I'm thinking maybe I won't do this strip on a piece of cardboard. Yes, okay, that's my plan. So, how big, let's see. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my ruler. Here we go. How big do I need this? Guessing 9? Yep, 9. And I'm gonna, I want to be able to put it under there. I'll try to cut it perfectly to be 9 by 1 3/4, so. Okay. So let's see here. So 9. And actually it can be a little bit longer because I'm going to fold the ends over. So So where did I make that little tiny cut? I cut. Okay. And then just do this one down to join it. Okay. Ow. I almost cut my finger. And now what I'm actually going to do is cut a piece of card to be exactly 9 by 1 3/4. So I know. Yep. Okay, so 1 3/4. That's better. By, let's see how short I cut this. It's about 8 5/8. So it's now 1 3/4 by 8 5/8. Okay, so this is the one that's the same, yep, same width on both ends. Now I'm just going to move this out of the way for a second. Okay, and I'm just going to make it so that my fabric will measure the same as this. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to do a line of glue up here at the top, or at whatever end this is going to be. Okay. And fold that over. Oh, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Okay. Then I'm going to find out how tall I need this to be. So what I'm going to do is put the clip on here to keep those two ends the same. I think the best way for me to do this is going to be bit by bit. Now, let me just make sure that it's the right length and everything. Yeah, it's perfect actually. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna start off down at my side so I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna put some glue on there. A bit more glue. Okay. Now I'm going to, burn my finger. Oh goodness. Love working with hot glue. I actually do really enjoy working with hot glue. Okay, got that off. Okay. I'm going to try to push it under there a little. Okay, so I did it at the top here. A little. Bits of glue. I'm okay with that oozing out because I'm pretty sure the other side is going to cover that. This one here. Yes, it is. Okay. So now all I have to do is glue down this side. Okay. So again, we will... So there's that side done. Now I just have these two ends here to do. And ideally, what I would like to do is make them look finished. So I think what I'm going to do is cut this off about here. I'm gonna put some glue in there. I bet you're not gonna see this. And I'm gonna try to fold the fabric into it. So like that. And then what I would like to do is try to, I use my ruler here, fold the fabric in. And I'm just going to trim off the excess fabric. As close to the edge as I can. So that will do. That'll do for me. I'm not too fussy about this side. As long as they still work, I'm fine with that. All right, let me do this side too the same way. Like this. Just get my ruler ready. Push it in. So, here's what it looks like closed. I think if I had an eyelet now, I probably should have used that instead, but it's okay. It's okay, I can't do anything about it now. It's done. And then there's the inside. So I'm quite pleased with it. And if you stay tuned, I will, I have more planner DIY videos planned. So yeah, if you're interested in how to make your own planner for not too much money, stay tuned to the series. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Take care, bye.